It never began with shouting. It began with certainty, with a voice that sounded sure, with hands that felt steady, with someone who said, "Trust me, fire doesn't arrive as an inferno. It begins as warmth, a glow you mistake for safety, a heat you lean into because it feels better than being cold alone. And when the temperature rises, you tell yourself it's passion, intensity, love that just burns brighter than most. You don't notice the tightening at first, the small adjustments, the subtle corrections, where you sit, who you see, how long you stay, what you wear. It's framed as care. I just worry, I just want what's best, I just need you to understand. And you do understand. You understand that keeping the peace is easier than questioning the flame. So you soften. Metal glows before it bends. Did you know that? It shines almost beautiful right before it loses its shape. I became very good at glowing, at smiling while the sparks landed, at cooling quickly so no one could see the smoke. From the outside, it looked controlled, measured, precise. There were no public explosions, no shattered glass on pavements, just careful pressure, applied slowly, repeated often. Every time I flinched, I was too sensitive. Every time I cried, I was overreacting. Every time I stepped back, I was pulling away. And slowly, I stopped trusting the sound of my own thoughts, because when something is held in place long enough, it forgets it was ever free to move. Fire reshapes. It doesn't need to scream. It hums, low, constant, relentless. And I learned to live inside that hum, to measure my words, my tone, my breathing. I became smaller, smoother, less resistant, easier, until one day I caught my reflection and realized I was still standing, still functioning, still smiling in photographs, but something inside me had been burning for far too long. And then something else happened. The fire kept going, but I stopped helping it. I stopped holding myself still. I stopped apologizing for flinching. I stopped calling survival devotion. Metal can be reshaped, but it can also be tempered. Strength isn't the absence of heat, it's what remains after it. And I realized I was never weak for bending. I was surviving, and survival is not soft. It is not small. It is not shameful. It is the quiet decision to step out of the furnace, even when your hands are shaking. The fire didn't end in a blaze. It ended in a choice, a quiet one. I walked away while it was still humming, and for the first time, the heat was behind me.